Here is a quick tutorial on why we feel more lonely today. 1. We turned social media into a substitute for social life. At some point, we decided that watching each other live was the same thing as living together. We scroll through birthdays, weddings, gym transformations, motivational quotes, and somebody's third trip to Bali this year, all while sitting alone in sweatpants we've emotionally bonded with. Social media gives us constant exposure to people, but very little actual connection. We know what someone ate, where they traveled, and who they're dating, but we don't know how they're really doing. And the worst part? We start confusing visibility with intimacy. Just because you see someone's life updates doesn't mean you're part of their life. So we consume hundreds of moments daily, yet end the day feeling strangely invisible ourselves. 2. Busy has become our entire personality. Modern adulthood feels like a group project nobody agreed to join. Work emails follow us home. Side hustles are now just called survival. Everyone is optimizing something, their body, their income, their morning routine. When someone asks, "Want to hang out?" the response is usually, "Let me check my schedule for the next 14 business days." We're so exhausted that socializing feels like another task to complete. And the tragedy is this: connection requires unstructured time. It requires sitting, talking, laughing about nothing. But in a culture where productivity is worshipped, doing nothing with someone feels irresponsible. So friendships get postponed again and again. And eventually, loneliness quietly fills the gaps in our calendars. 3. We compare our raw footage to everyone else's movie trailer. Nobody posts the argument before the anniversary dinner. Nobody uploads the panic attack before the promotion announcement. What we see online is a highlight reel edited with flattering lighting and carefully chosen angles. Meanwhile, we are living the unedited director's cut of our own lives, complete with awkward pauses and background chaos. The brain doesn't always remember that we're comparing different versions of reality. It just registers everyone else seems happier, more connected, more fulfilled. That comparison creates a subtle emotional distance. We start to feel like outsiders in a world where everyone else got the instruction manual, even though statistically speaking, half of them are probably feeling lonely too. 4. We move frequently, but belong nowhere. People relocate for work, education, relationships, or simply because rent decided to double overnight. The upside? Opportunity. The downside? Community reset. Every move means starting from scratch. New barista, new coworkers, new neighbors who may or may not make eye contact. Deep relationships used to grow over decades of shared history. Now, many of our connections last as long as a lease agreement, and rebuilding community as an adult feels like networking at a conference where everyone forgot their name tags. It's exhausting. So sometimes we settle for convenience instead of closeness, and that's fertile ground for loneliness. 5. Independence became a competitive sport. Somewhere along the cultural timeline, needing people became suspicious. We're told to be self-made, self-sufficient, emotionally independent. Don't rely on anyone. While resilience is powerful, humans are biologically wired for connection. Our nervous systems literally calm down around safe, supportive people. But admitting we need someone can feel like weakness, so we handle everything alone. We process heartbreak privately. We struggle silently. We convince ourselves we're strong while secretly wishing someone would notice we're tired. The irony? True strength often looks like letting someone in. 6. Entertainment replaced shared experiences. There was a time when boredom meant calling a friend or knocking on someone's door. Now boredom means opening an app. Entire weekends can disappear inside streaming platforms, gaming sessions, or endless video loops. And while entertainment is fun, it's also solitary. We've replaced gathering around stories with consuming them individually. Watching fictional characters have deep friendships doesn't actually create real ones. You can't high-five your television. You can't build shared memories with an algorithm. Yet convenience keeps winning over connection. 7. Dating became infinite, so commitment became optional. Modern dating feels like online shopping with emotional consequences. Swipe left, swipe right, add to cart, remove from cart. The illusion of endless options makes people hesitant to invest deeply. Why work through minor misunderstandings when someone new is one swipe away? This abundance paradox creates instability. When everyone feels replaceable, emotional safety decreases, and without emotional safety, loneliness thrives. Even in relationships, you can be technically partnered and still feel unseen, because real connection isn't about access, it's about presence. 8. Surface-level interaction is easier than vulnerability. We talk all day, to coworkers, to clients, to strangers in comment sections. But how often do we say something real? It's easier to discuss trending topics than personal fears. It's easier to joke than to admit we're overwhelmed. Vulnerability requires trust, and trust takes time. In a fast-moving world, we often skip that step, so we maintain wide social circles filled with shallow waters, and shallow waters can't hold the weight of our deeper emotions. That's where loneliness sneaks in, not because we lack people, but because we lack depth. 9. We forgot that relationships are built, not found. Friendships and deep bonds aren't discovered like lost treasure. They're constructed, slowly, intentionally, awkwardly at first. They require repeated effort, follow-ups, check-ins, and forgiveness. In a culture built on instant results, slow-growing relationships can feel frustrating. It grows through consistency, through showing up, through choosing the same people repeatedly. When we neglect that process, loneliness isn't a mystery, it's a consequence. Not a punishment, just a reminder that connection still requires participation. 10. We're afraid of being too much. Many people silently worry that sharing their struggles will make them a burden, so they minimize everything. It's fine, I'll manage, it's not a big deal. Meanwhile, everyone else is doing the same thing. The result? A room full of people pretending they're okay. Loneliness feeds on that silence. The truth is, most meaningful connections are built in moments of honesty, not perfection. But honesty feels risky, so we wait for someone else to go first. And sometimes, no one does. If you liked the video, be sure to share it with a loved one, and subscribe to the channel for more helpful content. Thanks for watching.